Good morning everyone. In the last topic we have discussed about the zero order reaction and the factor that the zero order reaction is independent of the initial concentration. Today we are going to study about the half lifetime period of the zero order reaction and the integral rate equation for the first order reaction along with some of the questions. So here we are starting with the half lifetime for the zero order reaction. We have already said that in this chapter we generally take the simplest reaction, that is the reactant R is turning in the form of product. For this specific reaction, the integral rate equation for the zero order is T equal to concentration R naught, that is the initial concentration, minus concentration R by T, K. And this is the integral rate equation for the zero order reaction. Now at T half, that is half lifetime, the final concentration R will be equal to initial concentration R naught by 2, because half lifetime period is the time period in which the initial concentration becomes half. The initial concentration is R naught, so at T half the initial concentration will become half, that means the final concentration will be half of the initial concentration R naught by 2. We are just putting this value in the equation. So here T half equal to R naught minus R naught by 2 upon K, and just by solving it we will get T half equal to R naught, concentration R naught by 2K, and this is the equation for the half lifetime period of the zero order reaction. In this equation you can see that the T half is proportional to the concentration of the reactant, initial concentration of the reactant. So simply we can say that the half lifetime period of the zero order reaction is not independent of the initial concentration, that is dependent, that is proportional to the concentration of the reactant, and as the initial concentration of reactant is going to increase, the half lifetime period will also increase. So the half lifetime period for zero order reaction is not a fixed value, that is going to vary with the initial concentration. Now we are seeing the integral rate equation for the first order reaction. The reaction will be same and the steps for the derivation will also be same. This is one of the most important topic in this chapter. The derivation and the calculation based on the equation, both are very much important, and this is one of the most important topic in this chapter. Generally every year we get some of the questions from this topic. तो हर एक साल में आपको यह टॉपिक आता ही आता है, so you must have to say it. Then this is the reaction, again the same reaction, that is R is converting in the form of P, the reactant is converting in the form of P. Then what's about the rate? Rate equal to minus D concentration of R by dt. This is the average rate of reaction for any of the reaction. Then for the first order reaction, the rate equal to minus D concentration of R by dt. Similarly, according to rate law, rate equal to K concentration of reactant power 1. Here 1 is not written because generally we does not write 1 as a power. So it is the rate equal to K concentration R power 1. By equating 1 and 2, what will you get? You will get minus D concentration of R by dt equal to K concentration of R. Now we are taking concentration on the same side and time on the another side. So it will be minus D concentration of R by concentration R equal to K dt, or D concentration of R by concentration R equal to minus K dt. Now we are just integrating, we are just going to integrate the equation minus dr by r equal to minus K dt. On integration जब इंटीग्रेट करेंगे then dx by x equal to log x. So this is the log x. In chemistry, we write ln for the log natural. We know well that there are two type of log base inverse and log base 10. So whenever there is a log base inverse, then in chemistry generally we write in the term of ln, log natural. And when we are using the log base 10, we will write in term of the log, log, that is the log base 10. So this is the log natural, log base inverse, log e, ln concentration R equal to minus k is constant and dt or differential value, it will be kt plus integral constant. Generally in math we use the integral constant c, but in chemistry we are using the integral constant I, and this is the next equation. This is the equation number 3. Now we are taking the condition when t equal to 0, that means the reaction have not started. अब रिएक्शन स्टार्ट ही नहीं हुआ तो कंसंट्रेशन कंज्यूम होने वाला नहीं है. The initial concentration must be equal to the final concentration. That means the R naught must be equal to the R. So you can write that concentration R naught equal to concentration R, or initial concentration equal to final concentration. We will just put this value in the equation number 3. Putting value. And when you will put the value, it will be ln concentration R naught equal to minus k into 0, that means 0 equal to I. From here we can get the value of integral constant I, and if we are putting the value of integral constant I, we will get the integral rate equation. So we are just putting the value, putting value of integral constant I. हमने इसकी वैल्यू यहाँ पे रख दी. नाउ इट विल बी ln concentration R equal to minus kT plus ln concentration R naught. ln concentration R naught यहाँ ले आते हैं, ये हो गया आपका ln concentration R minus ln concentration R naught equal to minus kT, or ln concentration R naught minus ln concentration R equal to kT. We are just multiplied with the negative sign. Now you can write that T equal to 1 upon K. Here it is the log R naught minus log R, and we know well that the log A minus log B equal to log A by B. In that term we can write ln concentration R naught by concentration R, and this is the integral rate equation for the first order. But we know that for the calculation purpose we need log in term of the log base 10, because whatever the table is provided in our book, that is the log base 10 table. So if we are converting it in the form of the log base 10, it will be easier for us. So we are just converting it. So again T equal to, for converting ln into log, we will have to multiply it with the 2.303. We are multiplying and getting 2.303 by K log initial concentration by final concentration. You must have to note this equation as well as the derivation of the equation. It is one of the important most topic. You can take the screenshot, you can take the note from your book or whatever the note I have provided to you. With the help of that you can make the note and you can learn how to derive the equation. This is one of the most important equation in your chapter. Now in this, what is the role of this one in our syllabus? This is the equation which is used to find the final concentration after a specific period of time in a first order reaction, especially in those of the reaction which are considered as a radioactive reactions. for the radioactive reaction which are considered to be first order reaction, this equation is used. After this one, we are now getting the half lifetime period for the equation. The half lifetime period is used for many of the purpose, especially that of the carbon dating. I think you know well about the carbon dating. It is a process by which we get the age of some of the fossils, dead materials. What is the age of that dead materials? Sometimes we find that the dead material was surviving almost 200, 300, 400 years or 2000 years before. Then how you will get the age of that one? The age of that one is calculated with the help of this first order equation or with the help of the carbon dating process, where we get the amount of the C14 which is radioactive, and that radioactive substance will follow the first order reaction. So what extent of C14 is available there, and what is the ratio of the C12 with respect to that of the C14. On the basis of that we get the age of that fossil. Now here we are trying to get the half lifetime period for the first order reaction. Half lifetime for first order. So at half lifetime T half, the final concentration R will be half of the initial concentration. This is the condition for the half order reaction. We have already discussed the time period in which the initial concentration becomes half, that is called the half lifetime period. Then in half lifetime period, the initial concentration becomes half, the final concentration is equal to half of the initial concentration, you can say. We are just putting this value in this equation. Putting value in equation. Now when you will put the value, it will be T half equal to 2.303 by K log concentration R naught by concentration R naught by 2. When you will solve, it will R naught will be cancelled by the R naught, and now you will get T half equal to 2.303 by K log 2. Now we will see the value of log 2 from the log table, and you will find that the 2.303 by K, the value of log 2 is 0.3010. Just by multiplying, you will get 0.693 by K T half. And this is the half lifetime period for a first order reaction. Here you can say that T half equal to 0.693 upon K. That means the initial concentration is not involved in this equation. Or simply you can say that the half lifetime period for a first order reaction is independent of the initial concentration. So there is no any factor, factor that can disturb the T half value, whether the initial concentration is high or low, whether the temperature is high or low, that does not matter. The half lifetime period must remain same, and this is the information we get from this equation. So T half equal to 0.693 upon K. Next time we will see some of the questions on these other topics. Thank you. Bye.